Good morning. There are some people who you probably know who are just simply optimistic people. Captain Mickey McCamish happens to be in that category. He and I were just talking. You're here talking about the Armed Forces Parade on Friday, and you said, you know what? The meteorologists have gotten it right. The rain's in today. Hopefully things will continue to be clear for us on Friday for the parade. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Julie, and thanks for having me. And I believe in the Channel 3 weather forecasters, and they're forecasting a good day for Friday, and we need that good day.
Well, we do need it because, I thought last year was really a feather in your cap because it's quite a record we have in Chattanooga. We have the longest continuously running Armed Forces Day Parade. You did not let COVID interfere. It changed a little bit, but we still had it last year.
We did, Julie, and it was a different year. Last year was number 71, year 71, that we've had the Armed Forces Parade. We were determined to do the parade, even though it was a mobile parade. So COVID, we had to respect COVID and the Department of Health guidelines, so the parade was mobile, but we had one. This year, the 72nd year, and it will be more of a normal parade. And Julie, I'm happy to report to you, we're going to have a record number of entries. We've got about 130 entries this year.
Now, do the entries, Mickey, come all from just Chattanooga, or do they come from other ports of call?
From the region.
Okay.
All the way from Dalton, all the way up to Athens, but within the region. So it's a very regional. This community is such a patriotic community, and everyone desires to be in our parade.
So when you have those 100 and how many?
130 units.
Okay, when the 130 units come, some will be military a little bit in nature, but many will just be civilian businesses who want to pay tribute to our veterans. Is that correct?
That's correct. We will have the ROTC programs. Yes, they will all participate. But there are also a lot of civilian companies that will be participating. Just for example, Food City. You may have seen the patriotic trailer that Food City has. Well, that's a part of the parade as well. But there's numerous companies that will support. There's also clubs that support. The DAR, the Corvette Club will be a part of the parade.
That's always a winner.
It is, Julie. And so it's a true community regional event that everyone desires to participate in.
We tend to forget sometimes that you could work with somebody in your office who served in the military, but you don't know it because maybe they were just in for 4 or 8 years and don't talk about it anymore. My husband is in that camp. He was in for 4 years. I think that's all Mark was in for, but he still holds it as the highest one of the best things he's ever done for himself. He'll credit everything in his life to his military service.
Julie, I think it goes back to all of us that are in the military is the strong desire to serve, the strong desire to serve our country, to protect the freedoms that we have, and to make sure that no one impedes on those freedoms. So it goes back to a desire to serve. And a lot of the lessons that we learn in the military do carry us throughout life. The attention to detail is an important element of that. Whether it be making up your rack exactly right, or if you have a loose string that we call Irish pennant, which is a no-no in the military. But it's that attention to detail because you take those things, simple as they may be, you take them with you when you're into combat, and it can make a difference in your life and the life of those around you.
Since we're talking a little bit about that attention to detail, I don't know, within the last 6 months, David and I were talking about something that happened quite some time ago, a commencement speech. I believe it was somebody from the Navy, maybe a rear admiral, I don't know. But anyway, his advice to the graduates was make your bed. Do you know the story I'm going to tell?
I do.
If you don't know the story, his advice was make your bed every day, first thing when you get up. And the reason was because it gets you going on something that you've done and accomplished. You accomplish more. Even if your day is bad, when you get back home, at least you've made your bed. It speaks to that mindset of setting a goal and reaching it.
It does, Julie, and it it goes to even putting on your shoes, completing that task. Okay, do you do it completely? Put on the sock and put on the shoe, tie the shoe up. Then you've completed that task, and you go to the next shoe and put it on, and you complete the task.
So, since so many of us have had our vaccines, we're feeling more comfortable. Life is not as scary as it was a year ago. Would you encourage, if people feel comfortable, to come out with their grandfather who may have served, or the neighbor next door who might have been lonely for the better part of a year but served, and let him or her come and cheer on the 130 entries?
Absolutely. Maintain the following of the protocols within the health department. Just maintain those. But please, everyone, come out, support your military, support the things that these veterans have done and what they stand for, and the active duty folks as well.
And don't take it for granted that this is 72 years now continuously. We're the longest running in the country, and Mickey McCamish, as powerful as he is not the only one spearheading the effort. There are a lot of patriotic Chattanooggans who want to see this happen year after year.
Julie, you're exactly right. We have a strong committee, for example, leadership committee, and there are a lot of people in Chattanooga that would be very disappointed if this parade didn't happen.
Well, we sure are glad you made it so. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you for having me.
It kicks off May 7th at 11?
10:30.
At 10:30. So go out there, get in line early, social distance, and cheer on everybody who's participating. Great to see you, Mickey.
Thank you, Julie.
This year, as you tackle that spring to-do list, you can mark off